Hi everyone, my name is Khalil Mansour. I am one of the Palestinian refugees who was born in one of the Palestinian refugees camps in Syria called Yarmouk camp. That's the day where I was born, seeing myself in a refugee camp. 70 years ago, my parents were living in a city in Palestine called Tiberias. And Tiberia in the north part of Palestine, known by its famous lake called Tiberias Lake. The majority of the people who lived in that town, all they know through generations, among the generations, that they fishing. They make fishing nets and they catch fish and they live for that job. And this went through generations after generations, and that's the simple life that they used to. It's a simple, happy life for the majority of these people. They mind their own business, they live their own life, they never hurt anyone, they never do any bad things to anyone in the world. In one night, there is a gun pointed in their faces, in their houses, saying to them, leave everything, this is not your house anymore. You have to leave, or the second option, we have to shoot you, as what we did in other towns. And the news already been spreaded that they already killed people who refused to leave their houses and give it to those gangsters who came behind the oceans, coming from far places to take their farms, their houses, their furniture of the house. It's belong to them to enjoy the furniture. They want to enjoy everything's not belong to them. In one night, my parents with the 3 kids, they have to leave, forced to leave with no other option, to be homeless, stateless, in the wilderness, looking for a place to be safe. They went just across the border to the south of Lebanon, assuming that within weeks we can go back home because justice will rise up. People will know that there is no justice. They have to see the life and why these people kicked out and forced out and threatened to be out of their houses. The days pass by, the weeks pass by, the years. Then my parents couldn't take it anymore, waited. Then they got offer from the United Nations that they built refugee camps for the refugees, and there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. So they moved to Syria, and they lived in the Yarmouk camp that the United Nations prepared this place for those refugees, waiting for the return. That day when I was born, from the day I was born until every single day, I keep watching my dad doing one thing. He kept knitting, making fishing nets. And I said, Dad, like, why you keep making fishing nets? And my mom doing the same thing. He said, son, because when you return back, these fishing nets, you're going to use it when you return back to our homes, to our houses. And so you don't have to worry how to make the net. We are preparing, and they've made tons of nets just for us because they want to make the job easy for us and use it when we go and when we return back home. He never lose hope. He never felt one day that he's not going, and he said, son, this is documents. This is registration papers. And all these papers, it's very important. I own the house. I own the boat. It's my fishing boat. keep it with you. Promise me to keep this promise me to keep all these documents with you. When you return, it will be important for you to use. And it's a documentary, it's a registration paper that you're going to show the world that we are not stealers. We are a people who've been stolen from us, from gangsters who came way far from this area. So keep it and promise me to protect it like your soul. And I promised my dad that day that these papers, I will keep it. And even if I didn't have a chance to go back and return to my homes, I will transfer it and I will deliver it to my son to carry it. And my son is going to carry it to there. We waited 70 years and we don't have problem to wait another 70 years and we're going to return home. And this, I can see it. Everyone who believes in our justice, they will see it as well.
Yeah!
On May 15th, Donald Trump decided to reward us, to show us the justice, and to add salt to the pain. What he did, he made this day that's the most painful night and day for us. He decided to move the embassy of the United States from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. And he decided that Jerusalem is the state that he's going to give it freely. A holy place, a capital of the Palestinian, he decided to give it. And ignoring more than a billion Christian people in the world who call it a holy place for them. He ignored more than 1 billion of Muslims as they see it, it's a holy place for them. And he is giving it to who? Many, they make mistakes. They thought that he is giving it to the Jew. No, he is not giving it to the Jew. He hates all the religions. He hates the Jew, he hates the Christians, he hates the Muslims, he hates the Hindu, the Buddhist. He loved one thing, the money of God. That's the God he worshipped. And this man, he is just worship money, and any money can come from the blood of innocence, he won't mind to take it.
Down with Trump!
And that's what his decision to deliver this, not to the Jew, he delivered it to the war criminal generals. War criminal generals that run an illegal state called Israel. Those children killers. And do you expect from criminals, from children killers, to protect a city or a holy place? They live on destroying. They don't live on building or protecting. And that's what the message he sent it to us. And there is other message we're going to send it to him. We are not going to give up. The illegal state that those war criminal generals they are running is not going to last. Those war criminals, they will end up in the international and the criminal court. That's where their place will be. And the people of Palestine will be free. And we are, you can't imagine how patient we are, who waited and who've been sitting and waiting and remind ourselves in a daily basis in each year on this day. For 70 years, we won't mind to wait more and more than 70 years. We don't mind because we believe in one thing, that from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you.